What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit. Live session, live and direct, always. Welcome back, guys. I know we had, once again, some technical difficulties, but we got through them, hopefully here. So guys, welcome to Keeping It Real with Credit. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, because on this channel we talk anything and everything regarding credit, personal finance, tips and tricks on investments, real estate, automotives, you name it, you're gonna find it here. And I'm your host, Ray, from Keeping It Real with Credit. Now, throughout this throughout this live session, please feel free to give us a call to take advantage of the free credit evaluation. What I try my best to do here with this live session is to go ahead and answer all your consumer credit questions, to give you that much more information to see how you can go ahead, right, and structure your 2020, right? Your year of great financial wealth and knowledge when it comes to your credit and personal finance. With that being said, guys, right there on the screen, as you see there below, you're going to see our direct number. You can call and ask for me. I'm here right now, 1-888-424-0058, option number 1, and take advantage of that free credit evaluation. That free credit evaluation is going to allow one of my credit analysts to go ahead and really dissect all the negative information that's on your credit report, and then give you some realistic expectations as to what can actually be done with your credit, right? And then at least that way you can either start with us and let us work for you on your behalf, or you just take away a ton of information that that you can go ahead and use to leverage when it comes to your own credit. With that being said, guys, let's get on to the topic. Now, with that being said, I wanted to touch up on something like I was touching on before when it comes to bankruptcy. And a lot of people ask me, can bankruptcies be removed from a credit report? And it absolutely can be removed from the credit report. Absolutely. And I'm so excited to show you these results that we was able to get. And I kind of wanted to walk you through the education phase, right? So that you have a better understanding as to how this can actually be done. This is actually going to be done with one of our clients, and I kind of wanted to share that here with you. So with that being said, let's get this on. I'll go ahead and touch up on some information and answer some of your questions after we touch up on here. So with that being said, all right, so bankruptcies, right? So when you look at a credit report, right, it shows you who furnished the information, whether that be a bank, a collection agency, or anything of that nature. But if you look specifically at the public record section of your credit report, you're going to see that the bureaus claim that the furnisher of the bankruptcy reporting on there is either the recorder of deeds or the magistrate or the municipal court. Now, given the fact that we are talking about courts and maybe possibly some legal stuff, I am not an attorney. I don't pretend to be one. This is just based on extensive research that I've done with my processing team, as we do week to week, and also the results that we get for clients, right? And this is exactly how we actually go about it. So sometimes, and also look, this shouldn't be considered as legal advice or anything. So now that disclaimer's out the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. So sometimes it may show just a court address, right? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about here, in the bottom of a credit report, see, I have a copy of a credit report. In the bottom of the credit report, there's going to be a list of what we call creditor contacts. Basically, if anybody that has reported anything on your credit report, they're going to go ahead and actually their contact information is there. The reason being is because so that you can go ahead and contact or dispute. It has an address, a phone number, and the company name or points of contact. In this case, what this is referring to is that right here, and I've actually circled it here for you. This one, we're actually contacting the United States District Courts in Raleigh, North Carolina, right? And so because that name is on there, my processing team went ahead and disputed against that credit report, right? So now with that in mind, let's keep going. So none of that information as far as what's reporting on here as the creditor contact is actually accurate, right? So the recorder of deeds, the magistrate, or the court itself does not furnish any of this information over to the credit bureaus. They do not furnish this. Keep in mind, they do not furnish any of this information over there to you. So let's put a pin on that one. They do not furnish the information to any third party, including credit bureaus, credit bureaus, right? So why would the credit bureaus provide you with false information about who actually furnished this information? Well, the credit bureaus get public record information from companies like LexisNexis or sometimes another company like Pacer. If you don't know what that is, these are companies that furnish information just like the credit bureaus, right? Typically, when it comes to bankruptcies, however, it is from LexisNexis, which is a for-profit company that is in the information selling business. They regularly collect public record information in their database and they sell it off to the credit bureaus. And we're talking about more legality matters. If you want to know how the car insurance possibly gets your driving record, it is from a furnisher like LexisNexis. With that being said, moving on, the credit bureaus do not list LexisNexis as the information provider, right? So the one who provides the information to the credit bureaus, which then gets listed on a credit report, should be the one in contact. In this case, we know that the credit bureaus are receiving this information from LexisNexis, not the actual court itself. Now, moving on. So the credit bureaus do not list LexisNexis as the information provider. This right here is a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act because they are reporting false information. So they're reporting false information because they're saying here that the creditor contacts or who's furnishing this information to the credit bureaus is, in this case, the United States District Court Office in Raleigh, North Carolina. Remember, guys, there's something called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. If something is unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete, it must be corrected or removed. Now, claiming to get information from a court when it's actually obtained from a third party like LexisNexis could easily be considered false information on your credit report. If something's unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete, it must be corrected or removed. Now, moving on with this, we've actually retrieved the letter from the United States District Courts, right? Obviously, information is blacked out for security reasons to protect the information of our clients. But this letter from the courts reads as such. We are in receipt of your letter requesting a procedure for verifying records with the credit reporting agencies. The United States District Court for the Eastern District of North Carolina does not have a procedure for verifying records with the credit reporting agencies. Any and all court documents are public record. We would suggest you reach out to the credit reporting agencies in question to verify any of their processes. The reason why we sent a letter for request of this letter or looking for this proof right here is that when you dispute a bankruptcy and it comes back verified, a lot of you guys give up when any account comes back verified. But because we know exactly how it is that they verify, we know for a fact that they don't verify with the courts. Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian does not call the court system and verifies this information. Remember, guys, they do not do that. So now that we got proof, right, from the court saying that they don't have a verification procedure in place, nor that they release information like this to third parties, now the credit bureaus are in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Do you understand the leverage that we have now to get this bankruptcy removed from a credit report? We got them red-handed. Now we're going to follow up with a more aggressive approach and get this account removed and possibly maybe even seek a lawsuit, right? Assist one of our clients to go ahead and contact the local consumer attorney to possibly see what their options are with this here, right? So with that being said, guys, when accounts come back verified, it's important to ask, how did they verify the account? We already know that all three credit bureaus does not have a personal investigator or human being literally contacting these places to go ahead and verify information. So the verification process, or sometimes what the credit bureaus look at to consider an account verified, is very minimal information anyways. As long as the date, the name matches, the date matches, and maybe the last 4 matches, that is all they need to bring an account verified. But nowadays, with people having access to your information, and for security reasons, that is just not enough. That's why when we send out verification letters, we ask, prove to me, how did you verify? Let me see the documentation that you used to verify this information. Let me get the points of contact that you used to verify this information, and the email and the address. And if you cannot provide that within 15 days, then that has to get removed. So we already know that with this right here, we're able to leverage the Fair Credit Reporting Act and state that the credit bureaus are falsely reporting information, which in turn is a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. This would allow us to go ahead and file a complaint with the CFPB and the FTC most likely. So with that being said, guys, I kind of wanted to share that information just to put things in perspective as to how we're able to not only remove a bankruptcy, but to give you a behind the scenes insight as to how the credit bureaus are they really verifying this information with the courts, or are they just referring to a for-profit third party company like LexisNexis, right? So with that being said, guys, I hope you like that information. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue on with some of the questions. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. And in the meantime, I do have some great additional results here to show you guys that I wanted to share with some great additional results. In the meantime, guys, remember, feel free to contact us for a free credit evaluation or any question at all regarding your credit to that number right there on the screen, which is 1-888-424-0058, option number 1. Let's go ahead and start from the beginning here because I want to take advantage of all of your questions. All right. So Rebecca Muniz, but this is not for Texas, correct? Actually, this. Let me see here. Let me just confirm here for you. This is not for Texas. This court is actually located in Raleigh, North Carolina. However, this applies nationwide. The rules and regulations that we use here to leverage to get these accounts removed off of our clients' credit reports is it's on a federal level. It's nationwide. That's why we represent so many clients nationwide, from Alaska to Puerto Rico to California, Hawaii, and New York. We definitely represent all of those. We have clients in all 50 states, including, again, Puerto Rico and so on. So hopefully that answers your question. Shayla Long, if you are late with a credit card payment for 4 days, can that hurt your credit? No, Shayla, it cannot. It has to be marked 30 days for it to get marked on your credit report. However, the bank that you're using or whoever's supplying you with that credit card can charge you a late fee. So even though it may not hurt your credit until the 30th day, they will charge you a late fee. So let's try not to look bad with the actual bank, right? Because that's who we want to build a relationship with over time. MTA Ken, salutations, credit warriors. What's up, man? How you doing? All right, Olga Sotomayor from NYC. Hello, how you doing, Olga? Leo Ramos, good information, Ray. I'm already a client in a week, and my score has jumped to 50 points. Outstanding, Leo. That just goes to show you guys how fast we actually work. Gigi, what's up? Thank you very much for the thumbs up there. Red Diesel, I'm currently signed up with you guys. I've had 2 credit bureaus verified. What happens next? This is within the first 40 days. Yeah, Red. So what happens is that we now go through a validation or verification process with how they actually verified their account. And this is actually what I was actually touching up here in a little bit. So please be patient because everything has a purpose. We have a plan for anything that the credit bureaus can't possibly throw back at us. Only reason is because we know and understand how they work behind the scenes. All right, Danny, I want to try this, but I live in MD, Maryland. Danny, you're more than welcome to try this out. As a matter of fact, for those of you guys wondering if my company can actually help you guys out, absolutely we can. Not only do we represent all 50 states in the US, but all of our clients have access to this online portal that you're going to have access to 24/7. We're going to assign that to you, and that's going to give you a snapshot as to what our processing team is actually doing for you. Our processing team also also communicates with you every 15 to 30 days. Every letter that we send out is by certified mail, read receipt. So we have tracking numbers for everything that's sent out and received. And you're also going to be required to carry a credit monitoring provider that we recommend. That right there will give you alerts on the spot. So when it comes to this program, not only are we effective, but everything is from a transparent approach, right? From the portal, from communicating with you every 15 to 30 days, from having tracking numbers for all the letters that we send out, and your credit monitoring giving you alerts. We're pretty transparent when it comes to that. So even if I have members right now that are currently serving in Iraq or in Afghanistan, and we're able to help these guys out. So hopefully that answers your question on there. I'm working with them. They are really friendly. Ashley, thank you so much for that. Danny knew I have student loans that were paid in full in 2011. If they are removed, would it raise my score? Actually, it'll drop it, especially if you don't have any late payments on your student loans. So if you finished paying them off and you have an on-time payment history, that's only adding to 35% of your credit score, which is payment history. So I wouldn't remove those unless they have anything negative like a late payment or anything else of that nature. Ashley Castro, oh yeah, and they give good advice to get your credit going up, like self loans are really helpful. So what she's referring to here is that, look, we're not just a service that are designed to just fix your credit. We take it a step further. Not only do we also educate you, we give you a plan of attack, and we also put you in touch with the right people and products that are going to be able to elevate your credit off to the next level. See, unlike other companies, we don't want your business back. If you come back to us, we didn't do our job, right? So our plan is to not only fix your credit, educate you so that you understand that when you're out there, you know exactly what to go ahead and do. All right, so here we go. On to the next questions. Leonard Clark, I joined you guys last month and is working. However, how long approximately should you expect your negative items to be removed completely? Leonard, that right there is definitely hard to say, only because it depends on what the credit bureaus or collection agencies or banks or whoever's actually reporting on your credit report, what information they have on you, right? And so every 30 days, we're going to expect some sort of results. However, we have a plan of attack for any possible results. If it's updated, verified, deleted, which is ultimately what we want. So every 30 days, we can generate some sort of results, Leonard. So hopefully that answers your question. But please rest assured that we're working aggressively on your behalf. Geraldo Martinez, should we wait to send dispute letters to the credit bureaus until we get the validation of debt letters back from collection agencies? You may, but if you're like me, I'm pretty, forward and direct, and I'm not waiting for anything. I'm actually responding back, and then, I want to be on the offensive as opposed to the defensive. Danny New, yes, late payments. I want to start. How do I get started? Danny, give us a call right there on the screen, 1-888-424-0058, option number 1, and schedule, and not even schedule, take advantage of the free credit evaluation right now. It's only 20 minutes of your time, 20 minutes of your time in a 24-hour day. I'm hoping you can dedicate just 20 minutes just to get an idea of to what's actually possible with your credit, and also get pricing, right? Get pricing as to what options you have. You don't have to sign up with us at all whatsoever, but at least you take away a huge amount of information that you can go ahead and take advantage of. So DDC, awesome. Thanks so much. I will give you guys a call later this week. Danny New calling after this video. Don't want to miss nothing. You got it. Love the channel. Very informative. God bless. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. Now that we've kind of touched up on a few things on there, I kind of wanted to share some additional results. Now, guys, keep in mind, like I've mentioned before, these results, this layout that I'm actually showing you is the same layout that our clients get on a month-to-month basis, which basically keeps them up to date as to what exactly happened, how much did their scores jump up, what actually deleted, and after what round, right? So I kind of wanted to touch up on a few things on here that we can go ahead and take advantage. All right, so just so that you guys see how this looks like. So this is a client This is a client that we have that on Experian, their score went up 20 points, Equifax went up 19 points, and TransUnion went up 5 points. Right now, they sit around the 650s range with 16 items deleted. 16 items deleted. And this individual had accounts like Victoria's Secret. They had CB Buckle, Fed loan, which is a student loan. And most of them that got deleted was actually hospital bills. Community Hospital, St. Vincent, Lowe's credit card, a few inquiries, CBNA, Navient Solutions, Fleet, Victoria's Secret. Again, as you can see here, items are deleted within 30 days of us. This Bank of America got deleted, and so this individual has 16 items deleted there. All right, so let's touch upon a few questions before we move on to the next. Let me see here. Let's payments. Right. Oh, Martinez, do you remove inquiries, or do they even matter since they have less of an effect with time? We absolutely do, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because see, one of our clients here started off our program with over, I would say, 140 inquiries. With that being said, this is an actual paperwork from Experian on here, which shows here this long list right here. This long list right here. Everything in yellow says deleted. This is inquiries removed within 30 days. 30 days, we was able to remove all of these inquiries, right? Oh, and there's a back page to all of these inquiries right here. So, guys, can we remove inquiries? We're talking about everything from mortgages to auto loans to Discover, Capital One, Consumer Portfolio, JP Morgan Chase, Santander. All these inquiries got removed within 30 days. However, inquiries are only 10% of your credit, right? But every time you run your credit, it can take away anywhere between 3 to 7 points off of your credit. So we want to be strategic. However, some banks all do you because have a large amount of inquiries, right? It makes it seem desperate, and obviously nobody likes a desperate person. So Juan, hopefully that answers your questions. You got inquiries, we got the solution. Give us a call at the number you see on the screen, 1-888-424-0058, option number 1. B. Valentine, I have bad credit and have an eviction as well, and I'm considering to do a bankruptcy, and I'm looking to see if you can help me. B. Valentine, I can definitely help you, although we don't do bankruptcies, but I do actually advise people to try the route of credit restoration first, because not only is it more economical, but you never know. Sometimes bankruptcies may not be necessary depending on how old an account is or what is actually involved, right? And so, again, take advantage of the free credit evaluation. No obligation to join our service, but you do take home full analysis with a bunch of information on there. So hopefully that answers your questions. DDC, sorry, one more question. I have a school debt in collections at an attorney's office, not default with loans. I just owe a school balance at the school directly. What can I do about settling it? Well, Didi, you can, if it's still with the original creditor, which it sounds like it is, try to see if you can work out some sort of payment arrangement. Does this report on your credit report? If it is, as far as late payments are concerned, it is affecting you. So we want to try to get that removed, but at the same time, satisfy the debt if you can, right? With a monthly payment plan. Arrow Homes, how many levels of disputes do you guys go up to? Well, Arrow, as of right now, our most difficult and challenging clients when it comes to credit have only stayed in our program no more than 4 to 6 months. The majority at 4 months, and maybe 1 or 2 at the 6 month mark. So clients in our program don't stay have not stayed any longer than that. Not to say that there couldn't be one, but as of right now, nobody has stayed in our program no more than 4 to 6 months. So hopefully that answers your questions, meaning every month is considered a round, right? So hopefully that answers your questions. Danny New, is Credit Karma accurate with their credit scores? Because I get different credit scores when I apply for stuff. So Danny, Credit Karma gives you a Vantage scoring system, not a FICO scoring system. But also keep in mind that within the FICO scoring model, there's different variations of your credit score, right? And so don't be so much focused on your credit score, because everybody's gonna have a different score for you depending on where you run it. Because, for example, they can be using FICO score model 2, 4, or 5, 8, or 9, and so not even the person at the bank knows what they're actually running. So with that being said, your scores are going to be skewed. However, if you know that on your credit report there is no collections, there's no late payments, there's no charge-offs or anything negative of that nature, it doesn't matter where you run your score at, it's going to be positive no matter what. That's what we focus on here, is to remove in an aggressive way these negative items that are currently holding your credit score back. Danny New, is credit, well, we responded that already. Joe Maldonado, I have a lot of inquiries, but my ID and utility bills show my old address. Should I update the ID before disputing inquiries? Joe, absolutely, you don't need to do that. We just need the photo ID, right? And then 2 forms of proof of addresses. It can be a light, water, cable, or gas bill, a cell phone statement, your car insurance billing statement. As long as you give us your ID, the ID is going to confirm the spelling of your name. But the 2 address verifications is going to confirm your address verification, even if it's different than what's on the ID. We can actually use that to go on with the disputing process. So Joe, give us a call to give you some more guidance and information as to what options you actually have with that. Now, moving on. All right, so moving on to some more results. As we see, I already see some more questions pulling up out there. Let me see here. Here we go. So another round of results here that we have this individual's in the 620s, and we was able to remove 10 items from his credit, most of them being medical bills. So there you guys see right here, and we have accounts from Westlake Emergency Room Provider, Health Hospital Downey, Midwest Imaging Professional, Midwest Imaging Professional, Midwest Imaging Professional. All guys, I'm basically what you're seeing here is all the accounts that have gotten deleted. It even includes the amount of rounds this actually took. All of these took 2 rounds, meaning around 2 months we was able to give these accounts removed. And notice how I said 2 months, meaning that after we disputed the first time, right, they come back with these accounts verified. The second round was our method of verification round, where we requested documentation, and given the fact that these are medical bills, there's HIPAA laws that protect your medical records. So when we ask for the verification the way that we asked it, they're limited to what they can actually provide us, or they can't even provide anything at all, because even sending an itemized bill for what you went to the hospital for, or in this case got seen by a professional, is protected under the HIPAA laws. So they weren't able to remove themselves to prove themselves within a reasonable time. Therefore, this resulted in us getting it removed within the second round. Does that make sense, guys? So again, we have a method for everything that we do here. Medical bills, like I've mentioned before, not a problem. We have Illinois Emergency Medical, CEP America Illinois LLP, and these are all of these accounts. 10 accounts removed in 2 months, guys. 10 accounts removed. Now, let me see here, this one. All right, so this one's an interesting one. This individual's in the high 6s, right? 675, 684, 650s. Here we go right here. This individual had 5 items deleted and 3 updated to positive, meaning they had an account reporting a late payment, and we was able to reverse that into a positive payment. This right here is crucial to an increase of your score, and also we was able to remove 5 negative items from their credit report, and it includes things that Care Credit, Express, T-Mobile inquiry got removed, Express again, Care Credit, and Department of Education. The late payment that we was able to reverse was actually from student loans. So Department of Education, we was able to update Department of Education and Department of Education here, right here, guys, in the next 30 days or so. All right, let's get back to some more questions on here. Danny knew one more question about before I call. My husband has one thing on his credit, but everything denies him. Why? He has never had anything but one medical bill and one credit card. Danny, you just answered it right there. He's only had one credit card. See, when you ask for a bank to lend you some money, they pull your credit report to see their payment history patterns. In this case, he's only been able to manage just one credit card. The reason, so they don't see enough of a diversification or enough time possibly that's passed by to see how he manages his credit. So they're not approving him because of that. And in this case, the fact that he also has one medical bill and just one credit card looks a little risky. So what we need to do is remove that negative item, then possibly help build a plan to pay that balance down in full, maybe request a credit limit increase, and maybe add additional two other credit cards like a secured card where you put the money down and they give it back to you. See, there's no risk there. You're more likely to get approved with a secured card. And what we really want to do, if you're looking to leverage your credit, you're looking to go ahead and add lines of credits to your credit report, obviously, that you apply for, to then go ahead and apply and leverage your credit for the things that you want to do. So they're not denying him because he has bad credit. They're denying him because he doesn't have enough credit. So hopefully that answers your questions. Both overdue and closed. His credit score is 543, but I owe more in Credit Karma. Mine's is 604. You go by Credit Karma. So I guess both overdue and closed. So if the only credit card he has is closed and overdue, and the only other thing he has is a medical collection, well, we have now 2 negative items on a credit report. When the bank sees that, we say, okay, this person was afforded a credit card, which obviously had to be closed because he didn't have a payment. He didn't make payments, and he still owes on that, and he also has a medical bill. So I'm not going to trust this guy because he actually owes people money. I don't feel comfortable lending you my money. So we have to do something about that. Get those items removed and look forward to build a plan to replace those items on the credit report with positive items that are going to make your husband look more attractive to the banks of today. So hopefully that answers your questions, and I'd love to answer more of your questions if you call in. CB, buying trade lines or AUs, good thing for FICO 10, FICO 10T. Yes, it is. I think it's good for any FICO scoring model or any FICO scoring system. Just keep in mind that FICO 10 or FICO 10T is very brand new. And the majority of the banks that approve you for lines of credits for personal loans, for cars, and for mortgages are not using or will not use those FICO scoring models. Everybody else is maybe using the older FICO scoring models that calculate, remember, late payments, collections, whether they're paid or not, as still negatively impacting your score. Gladys, can you erase bankruptcies from the past? Absolutely. That's exactly what we spoke about here. We're actually in the process of getting this individual removed, and I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys how we're able to be removed and how the credit bureaus basically are reporting inaccurate information, saying that they verify bankruptcies themselves with the courts. And we have a letter here from the courts saying that we do not disclose or send anything over to the credit bureaus at all whatsoever. So, with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends, and take advantage of the free credit evaluation. Numbers on the screen. or you can go ahead and click the link in the description below to go ahead and schedule your free credit evaluation with our little Calendly app. Danny, you do not need a paper and pen. If you like, you're more than welcome to keep notes, but you will be sent a full analysis, a copy of the analysis that's drawn from your report. So looking forward to speaking to you. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends. And until the next episode, I'm keeping it real with credit. Peace.